Hey movie junkies, welcome back to Twin Flicks, where we're always celebrating the magic and art of cinema with you. Today we have a new one from the MVD Marquee collection, but before we dive into my review of the movie and the Blu-ray, if you haven't already, consider becoming a subscriber and do all the things to do your part in helping this channel grow. We really appreciate it. Now, as I said, the movie and Blu-ray we are reviewing today comes to us from the MVD Marquee collection. This movie was actually shot in '97, but not released until 2002, and we're going to get into a little bit of that a little bit later. And for the first time on Blu-ray, we have I See You or D-Tox, depending on where you're from. And this Blu-ray also includes an unreleased director's cut, which I'll be getting into a lot more later on our Blu-ray review. And it's something. So I See You actually stars a really impressive cast. You have Sylvester Stallone, Robert Patrick, Tom Berenger, Polly Walker, Charles S. Dunton, Courtney B. Vance, Stephen Lang, Jeffrey Wright, Sean Patrick Shanley, and Chris Christopherson. So what is I See You about? Well, if you don't know, here's the plot. So Stallone plays a detective who pursues a serial killer, but after his fiancée and partner are killed and the killer's never caught, it sends Stallone into a downward spiral of alcoholism, and after a suicide attempt, he is sent to an experimental rehabilitation program for officers struggling with PTSD. While he's there, a blizzard traps everyone inside the facility, and patients and staff start turning up dead one by one. Stallone has to find the killer hiding among the leftover patients. Scary. So I See You had a very troubled, problematic production. Like I said, it was shot in '97, and the studio shelved the film for 5 years due to very, very low test screenings. In 2002, the studio decided to push the movie to direct to DVD. This movie became one of those huge red box DVDs that circulated in every, I'm sure you saw it. It circulated along with the Nick Cage direct to DVD movies. I remember seeing it always in my red box and always thinking to myself, number one, oh no, Stallone, please, no, you did not take this route. You're not going to start doing the Nick Cage direct-to-DVD movies. Please, no. And then I thought, this must be a really poorly done movie. If a huge star like Stallone, the studio just pushed this movie onto direct-to-DVD. So what did I think of I See You?
Movie review.
Well, in all honesty, this is my first time seeing the movie. I never did rent it from Redbox, and I thought Stallone was pretty good in this. He had some good range, along with the cast. The story is interesting, and it's decently directed, but it's everything else around that just completely falls apart. It's mainly when Stallone enters the facility where it becomes extremely cliche, extremely predictable, and really the movie feels like it's 10 years too late. And it has a lot of what I like to call stupid horror movie behavior. And it also has some pretty laughable dialogue.
That's what they say. I know every inch of this nut house. Anything else, ma'am?
As you can tell, it's not the best movie out there, but I wouldn't say it's also the worst movie I've seen. This is one of those in the middle of the night, you can't sleep movies that you watch randomly as you're flipping through your TV trying to find a movie to watch, or a good rainy night with nothing else on, and you know, it's a movie that you find. It's one of those type of movies. So I'm giving I See You a 2.5 out of a 5 score. It was just too cliche and predictable for me, and I know there's fans out there that enjoyed this movie, but it just wasn't for me.
Blu-ray review.
I See You is presented from MVD with a new HD 1080p transfer with a DTS 5.1 surround mix and in a 2:3:5:1 aspect ratio. So as for the video, this is actually a really nice looking Blu-ray that features a bright and warm presentation. The colors really pop, especially in the beginning, with excellent detail levels. Unfortunately, when the bulk of the film takes place in the facility and outside in the blizzard, the vibrant colors drop drastically to these drenched, deep cobalt blues and grays, and it's not as bright or bold as previous scenes. I also noticed various white specks that show up frequently throughout the film. Other than that, this is a great looking Blu-ray. Now, as for the audio, it's actually great. It's excellent. The DTS 5.1 surround fills the entire sound space with crisp, clear audio. The surround effects are very impressive, with a chase scene early on in the film with a helicopter flying overhead that fills each channel and puts you in the action. With gunfire, screeching wheels from cars. It just has a great surround soundscape scene. The blizzard scenes sound awesome as well, with high winds and other atmospheric sound effects that sounds realistic. The whole 5.1 has a lot of range to it. Dialogue is also very crisp and clear, and the movie's score is bombastic as well. It's a superior, problem-free audio mix that I was actually really impressed with. I just wish that the video was as good as the audio. Alright, now it's the time of the review where I'm going to be talking about the unreleased director's cut. And it was really hard to watch, which I'll get into in a moment. But overall, the movie is better. It runs 2 minutes shorter than the theatrical version and also contains a different film score to it. The pacing is a lot better, and it's overall a much different movie, both structurally and tonally. It flows a lot better and makes more sense. However, MVD put absolutely zero effort into restoring the director's cut. It's not even in HD, and it's not anamorphic. Why? I don't know. Instead, it's 480i standard definition, and the video looks really rough, along with rough audio. It looks and sounds like it's sourced from a worn-out VHS tape. It's really bad. And it was hard to get through the director's cut. I really wish that MVD would have spent money and time into restoring the director's cut, because it is a much better movie. As for the extras, the Blu-ray does have 8 deleted scenes, interviews with cast and crew, archival interviews, theatrical trailer, and also trailers for upcoming MVD Marquee collection releases. So for the Blu-ray video and audio, I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5. For the director's cut, for the movie, I'm going to give it a 3 out of 5. For the audio and video, a 1 out of 5. Before you click out of this video, be sure to drop down in the comments and let me know what is your favorite Stallone movie. So I want to thank MVD for sending us this Blu-ray to review for you guys. And I want to thank you for taking the time out to watch this little review video. If you haven't already, become a subscriber, leave your comments, and like the video. It really helps the algorithm of our YouTube channel on YouTube. Doing all those things makes the algorithm boost our channel and makes it easier for other people to find. And we really appreciate your support in that. So as always, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.